This is Oklahoma's own News on 6 with breaking news.
First at 10, breaking news. Tulsa police just ended a chase with shots fired near Pine and North Utica tonight.
Tony Russell's up there for us tonight. And Tony, give us the update.
The good news is the officers are okay after being shot at tonight. This happening about 90 minutes ago. The chase ending here at Trenton and Pine. We're being told by neighbors from all over this area that they were hearing gunshots coming from that four-door car all over the area. I had a chance to speak with one man and he heard what happened. But before we go to that, this is video of one of the men, we're told by police, being taken by an EMSA ambulance to the hospital with a gunshot wound. Obviously a lot of police officers here. There are two scenes tonight. There's one here at Pine and Trenton, and there's also one where we have video of a man in cuffs, and we're also being told by my colleague Annie Chang that they're also trying to clear the area because they're still searching for someone who may be on foot. So up to possible 3 people involved in this chase that ended at Pine and Trenton after officers were being shot at. Again, the officers are okay. Neighbors heard the shots.
I just heard around 7 shots. Then I saw a vehicle, I'm guessing that one, just hurry past at a high rate of speed. And then immediately after I heard the helicopter and the police, they all came fast.
That is the lead homicide sergeant you see right there, Dave Walker, currently joining in on the investigation. They investigate homicides, but also shootings like this. I'm waiting to get information. He's the one that I will be speaking with later tonight to kind of figure out what's happening. I'm very hopeful. Again, Pine and Trenton is closed, so between Pine, east and westbound here in Tulsa, avoid the area. There is a lot of police activity as well. Reporting live in Tulsa, Tony Russell, News on 6.
Tony, just really quickly, I wanted to ask you, are we assuming that the suspect who was shot by police returning fire?
That's still early to determine right now. Just had it very confirmed. I asked some brief questions. I said, did that man have a gunshot wound, and was that a suspect that was being hauled away in the ambulance? So very preliminary at this point, Terry.
All right, thank you, Tony.
Now, during the chase, the police say a couple of people got out of that maroon car there.
News on 6 reporter Annie Chang is live at Pine and Yale with that part of the story tonight. Annie?
Terry and Craig, we're about 3 miles east of where you just saw News on 6 reporter Tony Russell. Now, we just pulled up to the scene inside Elba Terrace Mobile Home Park about 40 minutes ago. Take a look at what we saw here. One person sitting on the ground in handcuffs. An officer just told us they did find a gun on him. Still unconfirmed what role he played in this entire situation. Now, we were only at that scene for a few minutes before Tulsa police told us we should leave for our own safety. They said armed suspects were still on foot in this area. We haven't heard anything on that front since, but we just did talk to one officer who told us they believe one of those suspects lives here in this neighborhood. He said investigators are going through his house right now. We've seen police officers coming in and out of this mobile home park all night. That's all we know for now. Reporting live in Tulsa, I'm Annie Chang, News on 6.
And as always, you can keep up with breaking news and weather by texting 6Connect to 79640. We'll send text alerts to your phone or tablet. And now a breaking news update after a deadly house fire.
Firefighters confirm one woman died, and tonight her granddaughter is in the hospital. News on 6 was first on the scene. Reporter Marty Casper is live with that story. Marty.
Terry, all reports indicate that the fire happened fast. When firefighters arrived to the home shortly after 5:30 this evening, they were immediately told someone was still inside. Tragedy with less than 2 weeks until Christmas. Tulsa Fire Department officials say a woman is dead after her home caught fire.
The front room is where we found one elderly female that had passed away.
Tulsa firefighters were on scene in minutes and say they came here to the 3400 block of East 5th Place.
When firefighters arrived on scene, they had heavy smoke and flames showing from the front of the house.
Firefighters say a woman in her 20s was outside seeking help and told them a person who was wheelchair bound is still inside.
Had reports that somebody was inside, so they went in initially to try and find her.
The woman was found on the floor of the front room, but the flames were too hot and firefighters could not reach her.
Because of the immense amount of heat in those 2 rooms where they thought she was.
Stan May says the woman outside is the victim's granddaughter.
She was outside and went back inside trying to help her grandmother. She was in and out, and that's how she received some of her injuries.
May says the younger woman was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Firefighters put out the fire within 15 minutes of arriving here. They spent much of the night waiting for the medical examiner to do a report before being able to do a thorough investigation into how it started.
They'll start on it immediately and see if they can determine what happened.
Officials have not yet released the name of the woman who passed away, nor have they determined what caused that fire. Reporting live in Tulsa, Marty Casper, News on 6.
Winter weather is causing big problems tonight in Oklahoma City. At one point, the fire department was working more than a dozen crashes all at the same time. One driver posted on Twitter that it took him an hour and 37 minutes to get from northwest Oklahoma City to Norman. Well, we missed out, fortunately, on that freezing rain and drizzle tonight.
In fact, Travis says get ready for a quick warm-up before some really cold weather descends on us.
Yeah, very much true, Scott. This is an up and down forecast for sure. And tonight we did have that freezing drizzle just to the west of us. That is kind of ending in a few areas around Oklahoma City at this particular moment as temperatures moved up to 33 now. It was about 29 to 30 during the afternoon. So there's 33 Oklahoma City. Pawhuska, you're sitting at 32. So if you're in and around areas north and west of us, just be advised, any mist or drizzle will make a slick bridge or overpass. Take a quick look at what's coming up. We have this warming up trend only to be let down, big time let down. We're going to be breaking out our long johns. I don't know about you, Scott, but I've got some long johns that are going to be in full play before long. Hour by hour timing of this cold air because it is serious cold air and some snow. Details coming up shortly.
All right, thank you, Trav. A key witness in the case against a former TU student accused of rape can't leave Oklahoma to return home to Columbia. A judge ruled today the material witness must stay in the state and wear an ankle bracelet to make sure he doesn't leave. Luis Molina is accused of having sex with unconscious women and recording the assaults. Prosecutors say the witness did not contact police after viewing the video on Molina's phone and that he made statements to police that he feared for his life. They worry that if he left the country, he might not come back.
Another 10 Oklahomans had to be hospitalized because of the flu over the past week, bringing the total to 42 this season. A quarter of all flu hospitalizations in Oklahoma have been here in Tulsa County. And ambulance crews in Muskogee are working to keep people from getting the flu down there. Muskogee County EMS will even come to your home if you need a flu shot. News on 6 reporter Tony Russell has more on that.
When you see paramedics, this is typically what you see. Lights and siren as they respond to emergencies. But Donetta Massa called Muskogee County EMS for a different service.
That day that I called, they came out that afternoon, and it was great.
Massa called for a mobile flu shot, not a trip to the hospital. In most cases, when somebody calls Muskogee County EMS for a mobile flu shot, a supervisor gets called and visits the person at their home. Muskogee County EMS has been offering the mobile flu shots for about a decade and averages 20 of these visits a season. Supervisor James Garvin says the shots keep people from getting sick, which means less runs to the ER for people who might get the flu.
It's a good service. I mean, you know, they can't get out, or they may not have somebody that can pick them up and take them somewhere to get that shot. And so I think it's a really good service.
This is the second flu season. Massa has called Muskogee County EMS to get a flu shot. Supervisor Garvin shows us how quick the flu shot visit can be.
It was great that they came out and was able to do that for me. It's a great program.
And it's not too late for others to get the shot.
You should really get the flu shot, and if they have no other way of getting it, then to call the EMS people. They're great people. They're really nice to talk to.
And the flu shots cost about $40, but if you have Medicare Part B, Muskogee EMS says they can bill them. In Muskogee, Tony Russell, News on 6.
But do remember, don't call 911 if you need a flu shot from Muskogee County EMS. We have provided their main number inside this story at newson6.com.
Hundreds of people got their health insurance questions answered tonight. News on 6 teamed up with Morton Comprehensive Health Services, helping callers navigate the Affordable Care Act and changes in Oklahoma's marketplace. In fact, the volunteers took more than 100 calls an hour tonight. One of the most asked questions, what happens if the ACA is repealed in the months ahead? Morton's Anna Bonham says that for now, nothing is going to change.
At least for those people that have had insurance, everything is going to stay the same for 2017. So there's no need to worry about that. For those reasons, I keep saying get insurance.
You have until January 31st to enroll. Morton is holding a sign-up event Saturday. That's from 9 to 4 at its North Lansing clinic. We have more information for you at newson6.com. Well, the good news is that Trav says it will warm up on the Osage Casino Skycam network.
The bad news is that Saturday morning it's going to get really cold. Coming up, we have your future view forecast.
We want to update the breaking news involving shots fired during a Tulsa police chase, which ended near Pine and North Utica.
Tony Russell's up there tonight. Tony?
And that ended with a crash here at Pine and Trenton. We're told police ended up shooting one of the suspects after the crash. Here's what Tulsa police have to say. They say it started after a carjacking.
A phone was left inside the vehicle and she was able to track the vehicle. At some point they notified dispatch that they're tracking the vehicle. 2 officers on the way into work spotted the vehicle. They lost it. Initially I say spotted it by 4600 North Mingo. They lost the vehicle, driving erratically. They were able to locate the vehicle once again. In their attempt to stop the vehicle, 2 suspects fired multiple rounds outside the vehicle.
And police telling us at least 4 people inside the car going through various neighborhoods here in North Tulsa. We spoke with one man who heard the gunfire from his home in North Harvard, and then here behind this neighborhood off of Pine and Trenton. Again, we're told at least 1 person in the car shot in the back, taken to the hospital by EMSA. Again, ending with a crash here at Pine and Trenton. Reporting live in Tulsa, Tony Russell, News on 6.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, and a quick look at what's going on. We do have a chance of snow on Saturday, very light, so don't get too excited. The worst part of it is going to be the bitter cold air, so just be advised that we're talking Saturday is just unbelievably cold, and again, it could be slick, but primarily wind chills could go well below 0, as low as 10 below by early Sunday morning and into Sunday. Bitter cold as well.
Coldest in 2 years.
Yes.
Wow. All right, thank you, Travis.
Good to have you here at 10.
Have a great night, everybody. The Late Show's up next.